I'm here to give you a daily update today on Dent. As you can see, guys, we do obviously have the low point getting put in at around this, not even a cent there, around 0.0016 there. You can see from there, we're actually seeing quite nice progression in terms of a lovely level of support along this zone here. Really quite nice. We did obviously see a bit of spillage to the downside, but you can see the 200 EMA basically catching us like it did before. It's basically catching us in terms of a level of support there on the daily, so really not too bad. If we are going to see it actually... What the hell happened there? We are going to see us actually break down again here, guys. Obviously, Bitcoin is dumping, pulling the crypto markets down. If we are going to see Dent actually break down, hey, it's not the end of the world. We've got the 200 as a bounce point. So the bounce point that we'll be looking for is a 0.005247 here, and that's obviously going to be on the daily chart, guys. Let's talk about the idea of progression to the upside, because obviously this buyback could actually be happening fairly fast there. In terms of momentum, in terms of a measure move that we could be looking for here for Dent is going to be around this sort of level here, potentially bringing the price all the way up to 1 cent there. And that's obviously music to you Dent investors' ears. That's going to be around a 32.33% gain in terms of a nice long position there. What I would say is taking profit at all of these major wicks here is it's pretty crucial, guys, because we know the reversals along these zones, they can be pretty brutal, right? They can be pretty brutal. So we want to be taking profit all the way up. Otherwise, you're probably going to get wrecked. You're not just going to blindly go for the 32%, because usually it probably won't play out all the way up to 32%. You'll probably come up, probably hit a couple of take profits, and then probably back down again, and then you're probably going to go stop loss at entry. You could probably re-enter again and then ride that wave back up. But it's just if you do see this reversal actually playing out, and then you don't see that return back to this trend, you've already taken profit all the way up, guys. So you're absolutely fine. You're absolutely fine. It basically eliminates all of well, not all of them, but a lot of your negative trades there, like so many. Just stagger take profits. I know it's quite hard to do. I found it quite hard when I first started, just because it's a greed factor, right? You're seeing it come up, and you're like, oh, I'm making loads of money right now, but I don't want to be taking profit because my profit margins are going to be going down. I'm not going to be making as much money. But you got to think, like, you're better off doing that than giving your profit back, right? Because there's nothing worse than seeing all the profit coming in, and then you see a massive reversal come through and you lose all that profit, right? So that's why we grid our take profits, guys. It's called gridding your take profits. Volume weighted ATR line coming up as well. That's another take profit I would be looking for. And in terms of a nice congruent next one, that's what I mean, guys. Stagger them all up. I like to do a minimum of like 4, 5, going like 20-25% all the way up. It basically just, as I said, it plans for any sort of reversal there. So yeah, that's sort of the gridding take profit scenario I would be looking for there, staggering them all the way up, making that cold hard cash. Now let's go on the basis that we actually have the continuation and break to the downside here, guys, because we like to weigh up all scenarios there, just in case Bitcoin does decide to fall off a cliff and go down to that 54K. This is definitely going to be, oh, look how correlative that is going to be with the 200 EMA as well there, guys. It's going to be really quite good to actually see this sort of zone here. I definitely would expect another bounce off the 55 moving average, because you can see the congruent support that we actually do have on that. Really quite nice. If we do lose that zone, you can see the resistance off this 55 moving average, this little green bad boy here. So yeah, it's definitely a point to be looking out for if we can basically lose that. If we are going to be shorting this zone, I probably wouldn't get in until we've probably cleared this, because this is obviously a congruent point there. So it's not going to be the biggest move in the world. Probably maybe not even worth it. Still 10%. It's still actually quite nice there. But yeah, just a couple of things to be looking out for there on Dent on the daily. Let's jump down to the 4 hour, see what we can get coming from here. Same scenario, guys. As I was saying, a massive level of support along this zone. I would be more concerned if we did set a lower low coming through here, but to be honest, let's have a little look, see how low we did get. No, we didn't quite set the lower low there, so if anything, this is acting as a higher low in terms of a buying back opportunity there. Really not too bad. I would like to see this 4 hour candle close above this 200 EMA. If we do, we're definitely looking for a buyback. You can see the level of support that we do have off this 200. It's looking really quite progressive there. So yeah, I would be looking for a nice buyback scenario coming through here. Obviously, we're going to find resistance off all the other major moving averages, and also that upward sloping resistance line there, but it's actually going to be progressive if we can get above this 200, as we have seen here before. But yeah, so far overall, I would say macro still looking bullish for Dent. This is just a bit of a sell-off coming through from the old Bitcoin dump. But you can see these wicks, actually, these wicks are definite buyback wicks, right? These are really quite progressive. So I would say Dent overall is still actually quite bullish. Look for higher prices in the future. This is just an accumulation phase. Yeah, that's going to be an update today on Dent.